need to refresh it. Ah, yeah, it's good. At least we got 720p quality this time. Not like my ability video or whatever this thing is. Well, as long as this is working, cool. I guess I'll get to coding then. Pop the chat out. Aha, I can. Now I can. Wait, where did it go? First task, if you didn't get to it last week, is to add code to your application and display a list of units from just a single one. I think I did that. How do I run this thing again? npm start. Okay, good. Good one. Anytime you want to start, my dude. I guess I'll just wait for it so I can see what I did last week. Ah, there we go. Before I start, I might just go grab a drink of water. And maybe not unplug my microphone. Wait, I hope my mic is still working. Yeah, it is by the looks of it. Okay. Okay, so we got it all to display because I did the stretch goal last week. You can modify the application to remove the upper row buttons. They were just examples of using events. We'll do more interesting things this week. You could refactor your application to use separate modules for different components. Commit your work after you've done this task. The later one. Alright. Well, let's get rid of the buttons, which I believe is here, to set to title. Yeah, we used a lambda or arrow function, or whatever you want to call it in JavaScript. Get rid of that. Oop, don't want to add that. Save that. Just double check that's a new tab. So T is assigned a value but never used. Right. Which is fine for now. We just leave it as is. It's just a warning. It's not really something that's going to prevent it from working. But as long as it displays everything the way I want it, and it does. Okay, so we've done that. You can modify your application to remove the upper lower buttons. Just did that. To use separate modules for different components. I could do that, eh? But how would I do that? Because it's not a simple HTML document, it's a React project, so... Ugh. Ever wake up with that dry mouth? Yeah. And it feels like your whole throat's collapsing. Or I guess terminated it anyway. Huh. I've messed with this VG files before, so I guess that's how it works. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's the bird in the background, if anyone's interested. Not like anyone's watching yet, but anyway. Import React from React, app is where we write it all, but there's another file, index, I think it was. Yeah, index then uses app. So to modularize this, could I just simply add a new file, go, I don't know, we'll call it units.js, alright, and then we'll just copy this const, we'll remove it entirely, paste it here, and then we export. Import units from JS. That's not what I wanted to do. Does that work? I need to start it again. Because I'm a moron. Now I realize what happened when I pressed Control C. Okay, cannot resolve units.js. Module not found. We'll get this to work. What happens if I just get rid of the .js at the end? Just says no, it doesn't exist still, so we'll just put that back for safety. What happens if I do that? And then we save it. And then we get a whole heap of errors because, yeah. Okay, well. I don't see what the issue is. Is not a function. Yeah, stop map. Alright, you know what, we'll just look up modules. Wait, let's go here. Here, and then we scroll down, slides for more complex state, so that's really anything on modularizing, state, revisiting event handlers, rendering collection, handling forms. Modular code React. I don't know. We'll just start off with that. Okay, so how do I export it? So what, we go down to the end here and we go export default. Let's go units. And then we save that. Go back to here. Oh, it works now. Excellent. I just didn't export it correctly. Awesome. Does that need to be at the end there? Or can it be like, oh, that's not what I want. There we go. Okay, it breaks if it's before. Does not contain a default export, so it needs a default export in order for it to work. Okie doke. Gotcha. And that needs to be at the end of the file. And a file in order to, I don't know, or to compile correctly, I guess. Correctly. And with that, I think we've done task 1. Writing a new component called unit list display list of. Wrong file. How am I doing that now? I'm using the map to then map it to each unit, which is this line of code right now. So if I want to take that out and create a new function called unit list, is that even right? Is that correct for it called? Fuck it.
It's gonna be hard to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what happens is
And we just want to take that shit. No, we want to take all this and then put that there like that, and then see how many errors we get. And then we want to go unit list backslash. No. Let's see if it still works. It does not. Expected assignment or instead saw an expression. Line 18. Oh crap. Yeah, I need to return. There we go. That should fix it. Yep. Alright, easy. So now we're cutting it up into slices, I guess, is the best way to put it. We're going to submit that. Let's test the Java. I don't want that. Nor do I want that. Nor do I want that. Alright, we want to submit that as task 1 complete. Alright, commit. And then we want to push. Just wait for it. Double check that that's done. Yeah. That back. Okay, so task 2 is we now want to make it so that the list of units is stored in a state variable in the main app. Components that are being constant in the code. Note that the state variable will be an array of unit objects, each with 3 attributes. Okay, I need to learn how to do this, so we're going to go to the university website. And then go Webdev. And because I haven't learned how to mute desktop audio yet, we're going to mute the desktop audio so I can watch this video. More complex state. I think that's what we want. Oh, there's slides? Why am I looking at those? Multiple pieces of state. State with objects, state with arrays. I think we want to look at state with arrays. Wait, who's doing this one? I can't actually understand this chick. So I'm just going to read the slides. In that case, you can have your audio back, chat. So we've got multiple pieces of state. So we've got constant handle view. So these handle the events. Gets access functions, set view, set like, to change 4 pieces of state, i.e. the value of view, like add to cart purchase, current state, or a piece of its state can be any type, number, string, array, object. It's nice. Use state, 1, 2, or 3. How am I using states at the moment? Use state. Oh, okay, right, gotcha. Oh, sugar. Oh, we can set a state. That's cool. You can set an object as a state, so for example, instead of doing this, I could go that and then be like, you know, like title is equal to TI, right? And then code is unit code is set to code, and then I think there's one more. It was like offering be set to offer, right? Wouldn't that just remove the need? So what could I do with that then? So if we had like an offering, right? Offers not defined, of course it's not defined. Right. I'm gonna change that to offer and get rid of that big O. So now it saves, this is meant to be the title, right? But we could just change this to constant of a unit. But what do they want me to do? And then instead of set t, we set the unit. Right. Now we ignore the offerings field, but we'll see the stretch goal for that. Make your offering default to S1 for now. Okay. Am I doing that? S1. So your form should ask the code and title of the new unit, and then add it to the list stored in the state variable. You may choose to implement this form as a separate component from the start, or add it to the app and refactor later. Since you have two form fields, you either need the two state variables or one state variable holding an object with two properties. Which of these two do you think is neater or more extensible? Alright, let's go back to that. Oh, this wouldn't work now. Yeah, title is not defined. Dot title, and then unit dot code. Alright, so the code definitely doesn't work. Oh, right, because it's not unit dot code, it's unit dot code. Because I have crap naming. Whatchamacallit? Variable naming, function naming, conventions, that's the word. Rendering a collection. Understanding map function, refactoring components. Let's go refactoring components. So grab the map. Destructuring by passing the product object. Oh yeah, hey. No, I'm thinking, it's coming around. That's currently what I have. The key is like the index. Yeah, so this index key here will tell what index of the map it's on. Very shit way of explaining that, but it makes sense in my head. And then these are like the individual properties of that object. Right. Simplify code by object spread syntax? What the hell's object spread syntax? Spread syntax allows an iterable such as an array, expression, or string to be expanded in places where 0 or more arguments for function calls and elements array literals are expected, or an object expression can be expanded in places where 0 or more key values is Alright. So in this example here they have a function the sum x, y, z, and it returns just all of them added together, the sum of all those numbers I should be saying. If we have a constant array called numbers which contains the values 1, 2, and 3, and we log that as the sum ... numbers, we expect an output of 6, which it does. Oh, I think I get that. Hang on. Go back a minute. Oh my god. So state with objects, object spread, action. Change of view property increased by 1. Create a new object that has copies of all the properties of the action object. Oh, okay, right, I get that now. Right. Do not directly mutate state. Change the state has to always be done by setting the state to a new object. Right. So basically I should be using this to change the state. State with arrays. Yes, Twain. What is up? Ooh, that might get a little bit too close to my mouth. You good? No? Alright. When one button is clicked, wait, store the actions of a piece of state containing an array. And initialize it as an empty array. When one button is clicked, add the corresponding action to all action. Concact view. Look at our all actions. Right. So these props. Oh, so these properties here. Huh. So how does this task want me to do it? Now we can store it in the state variable. Instead of being a constant in the code. Right. So we want to do this array sort of crap, but with all this. I think I might need to refactor it again. Just move all this unit crap out. I think instead of doing that, we take all this crap out. So right now it doesn't work, does it? Oh no, it works. It works. We copy. We paste over right here. Alright, and then we don't want to do units as the export. We want to default export unit list. Unit list. Yeah. Oh no, error. And then we want to comment all this shit out for now. Save that. Use state must be is not defined. The definition. Oh, okay. I might need to just do a sneaky copy and a sneaky pasto. There we go. Works now. Alright, so then we're functionally removing the app from the units logic. Which means we can get rid of all this now. So we've got the units being set up as a constant, right? But we want this to be like its own thing. Note that the state value will be an array of unit objects, each one with 3 attributes. Right, got you. So what we want to do is we need to create something that turns this into a state array. And I'm having trouble processing that in my head. So we need to concact that. conditional rendering, refactoring. Add a piece of state to remember. Alright. We want probably, well, we definitely want a new state. Units to be equal to no. We're gonna, whatever this is called, units. Set units array, just so I know what the hell this function does properly. We want to use the state of an empty array. Initialize a variable to the empty array, all the values of the unit constant. It's constant. Alright, we'll do that. We'll do that. So now, as counterproductive as it seems, we're going to add all this shit to here, leaving this as is because this is pretty much our data. Later on down the time you can use a JSON file or whatnot to really read it. But units, set unit array. There's 2 units in this. We're just gonna rename this to old underscore. You know what? No underscore. No underscore. Just gonna rename it to that. Old units is assigned a variable and there's never used. Set unit is assigned a value but is never used. Assigned value never is used. So what we could do now is we could set the units array, so set units array No, that's not what I want to do. I forgot how to use this friggin' crap already. Just want to do old units dot concact. No. No. Units dot concact old units. And then that give me a shit ton of errors that I need to go through. Too many re-renders. Reenact limits the number of renders to prevent an infinite loop. Ah, yes. No idea to what I am doing. The beauty. Probably go get lunch, to be fair. Okay, but what is calling all these re-renders? That's actually meant to be. That, to be honest. Okay, let's just get rid of that. It shows nothing. Cool. Let's do a simple console.log. Above error occurred in unit list component in that app. Right. What am I doing wrong? That's the question. Alright, I might end the stream at 2 so I can go get something to eat and then might keep working on this outside of Kind of defeats the purpose of having the string in the first place, but it's a good starting point. I just can't see the error. 52 undefined units of JS48. Maybe I'm just not using the state correctly, but let's go old units, right? Go. We've got the correct, yeah, we've got the correct arrays. We just need to set that state to that, I guess. State set all action. So all action, yeah, set all action equals use state of an empty array, right? Then we set all action.concat. No, the state variable will be an array. Okay, so you can either initialize the variable. We will now make it so that the why am I struggling with this so much? So if I do units, it should be simply just undefined because there are no units in units. Yeah, oh, it's empty. Yeah. Length of 0. So we'll keep that there. What we'll do is add a shit ton of spaces apparently. And we'll set units array. Set state action any. We'll take the units. Done. Copy within. Let's see if this works. Target is negative, it is treated. What does copy within do? Returns this object after copying a selection. I'm gonna look up this function. Copy within. Copy to index 0. Oh, okay, no. This is not what we want. Okay, let's look up concat because I mustn't be using that right. Array 1, array 2, yeah, and then it adds that to thingo for array 3, so if I concat the old units, right. We get too many re-renders. Way too many re-renders. Dude, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I trying to set the state after the fact, where I could just go old units like that, right? There we go, it works. So now we have that added into there, right? So it's an array. Total units. Yep. And we're using the state. So we could add to the state dynamically, I think. Alright. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. We did it. Not that I know what I'm actually doing, but anyway. Alright, so we'll just upload that. as state. Added a state to control the units. Spell control 2 L's, that's not good. Alright, control the units. I'm just gonna say that's task 2, as long as I know it's task 2 is fine. And then we push that. Oh, and hello to the person who's watching. How are we today? Do you know how to code? Or are you just watching me going, what the hell's going on? Because I'm pretty much in the same boat and I'm meant to understand this stuff. Okay, task 3. Now we want to add a form that lets the user add new units to the list. Okay, so this constant here, now that we've set it as this shit, we want to be able to enable ourselves to add more units to it so that when we run the React app, like those units will appear. Alright. We could do that. No idea how to add a form in React, but we could do that. We could do that easy. He says until he tries and then dies doing it. I wonder if the concurrent viewer is actually myself. Noting that there hasn't been anything in the chat yet, it's highly likely. Might just turn that off. Yes, Twain, we understand you're there. Hello, Twain. Yeah, nice chirping sounds now. Beautiful. I love it when you're happy chirping. No, a unit has 3 fields, including offerings, which For now, we'll ignore the offerings field. Let's see the stretch goal for that, yada yada. So your form should ask the code and for the code and title of the new unit and add it to the list in a state variable. I think it's pretty much this. Yeah, it's this, right? So your form should ask the code and the title. And add it to the list stored as in a state variable. You may choose to implement this form as a separate component from the start, or add it to the app and refactor later. Since you have 2 form fields, you need to do. Okay, so what happens if I go and try to make like, you know, your standard form, which I might need to. Form. No, I don't want to use that. I just want to yourself. All right. Let's do a simple cut and paste of something from W3, and I've broken it. Nice. Because that doesn't have an end. save all that. Okay, yeah, that worked. So we go, we might just add like a H2 saying add a new unit here. Add here, there we go. A couple of exclamation marks, maybe even a smiley face. Oh god, it's perfect. Alright. And then we move the F around because apparently I can't, oh my god, can't select the whole bloody text in here. And then we go unit code. And then we go unit code, not last name, unit title. Okay. And we'll just make the inside empty strings. Right. The ID will be unit code and it'll just be like code, I guess. And title. Alright, excellent. What really annoys me, how there's no bottom yet, but I'll fix that later. Got a feeling that you fuels me. It's not even the right panel, man. My channel, dude.
The dreams.
Alright. So what do we want to do next? Have a form.
The dreams.
Collection. Handling forms, yes, that's what I want to look at. Agenda, adding new products, filtering displayed products. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Start with an empty list.
I remember my dreams.
So add product equals an event. Which then
The dreams.
the dreams. Do a little bit of a dance. Event.prevent defaults.
The dreams.
I think I've got to learn a little bit about these events. Revisiting event handlers. One click, yeah, I know about those. But what about like yeah, arrow functions? That's fine.
The dreams.
The dreams. So what about, you know what? Might be easier if I just looked it up. What was I looking up? Dot prevent default. Dot prevent default. Event dot prevent default. Let's have a look. Tells the user agent that if an event does not explicitly handled, its default action should not be taken as it normally would. The event continues to propagate as usual unless one of its event listeners calls stop propagation or stop immediate propagation, either which terminates propagation at once. Examples: toggling a checkbox is the default action of clicking on a checkbox. This example demonstrates how to prevent that from happening. Document query selector, ID checkbox, to add event listener click, output box, sorry, code won't let you do this. Oh, that's Kinkadori. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Kinkadori. Absolute Kinkadori. That's a bit rash. Not rash. What's the word? Bit funky. So we have to add a constant, which is then an arrow function. Why do I wouldn't even need to do that. Just be like on submit, like equals this function. Just, yeah, like for example, on, no, not von submit, on submit equals this, which equals an arrow function, which equals that function. Maybe you want to finish that function off. Okay. I don't think that worked the way I intended. What the hell? There we go. Unsubmit equals brackets followed by an equals and that, and I don't know why it closed a div on me, but I don't want that. I don't want those. Which it doesn't like. No, and then I can go woo. But yet it's not working, so maybe it doesn't actually. Oh, maybe because I need to do this. Does that work? That works. Okay, and then I can Um. Fun fact, I think we're going to need that submit button. So equals submit. ID is equal to this is a nice song. Then we're going to do a console.log. Oh my god. I was submitted. DOM property 4, did you mean HTML4? What are we talking? Fix that problem. Yep. Failed prop type. You need to provide a value prop in the form field without non-change handler. 18. Please enter the code. Please enter the title. How would I just get rid of those? Did that fix it? So if I press submit, okay, there was a way to submit a button without refreshing the page, so let's find that way again. Disable refresh. On submit, that's what I couldn't think of the word. Start form refreshing on submit. Oh, that's why they have the prevent default. So if I go then, yo, listen up, here's the story. No, we're gonna have to put it in event dot prevent default. There we go. Press submit now. Yep. Okay, it doesn't refresh the page now, which is what we wanted. Okay, so the new unit has 3 fields. C form should ask for the code and title of the new unit and add it to the list stored in the state variable. Okay, so your form should ask for the code. Alright, so what happens if I... I'm really not sure about how to go around doing this. But I think I might leave it there for today. So, au revoir, I guess, future me, and anyone who did currently watching, which is no one, because I can see the viewer count. So I'm talking to myself. Standard sight for me. Alright.